All right, so you need a 32 mil socket to break the oil filter housing. You've got the oil plug tool, a new oil plug. You can use a screwdriver or the pick that they give you to remove your caps for your lug nuts. There's a rubber ring that comes with the oil filter, and that needs to be changed too. So just a rough idea of the tools that you'll need. And I mean, realistically, maybe about 20 minutes.
The oil that it takes is 0W20, but it's got to have this spec, the 508 spec for this particular model.
Welcome back to another episode of Initial Speed. And I'm your host, Phil, and we've got Chris in the house today. We are going to do an oil change on a 2018 Chris?
Yeah, 2018 VW Tiguan. Now, the whole oil pan is plastic, and you have a plastic drain plug. And so, you need a special tool. You can do it with a flathead screwdriver, I've heard, but I just went and grabbed the tool, and we'll replace it when we do it. You also need a 32 millimeter to pull the filter. And we'll show you all that.
Come along. Maybe you and us. That's wrong. Maybe we will learn something new. Man, I pride myself on my English, but today, let's get it started.
Plastic all over the engine to make it a black box.
Lots going on under there, and it's not pretty, is it?
So this right here is the oil filter.
Gotta love how they put them on top. I mean, most of the vehicles that I've owned have been from underneath or on the side of the engine, and it's like you're reaching through and around and ugh. There you go.
I'm just thinking about oil. Running all over.
I would
thinking maybe we should
leave it here,
pull the plug.
And then, yeah. You comfy? I'll come down there.
Alright, so whenever you're down here, since you're down here, you might as well grab your drive shaft, shake her side to side, in and out, up and down, rocker. You're just feeling for any excessive play. I feel a little bit of play, but nothing serious. And on this side, do the same thing. And then our sway bar links, just feel them when I can get over there. And here's a little tool. Slide it in. And at this angle, I'm going to get oil all over my hands.
Well, that tool came in handy.
Yeah, I could.
The angle, like, you could use a flathead screwdriver, I believe, but you'd have to come from over here. Or you'd need the vehicle on a hoist, to be honest with you. And I like the way the tool is still holding the drain plug.
How does that color look of the oil?
That doesn't look bad. Looks like oil should look. A little brown, not black. Could probably go a little bit longer, but oil is the vehicle's blood, right? So if you can change it out, the cleaner it is, the better it is, right? So if you change it early, that's fine. Just as long as you're not changing it late all the time.
Yeah, and I went maybe 800 kilometers over what it says. But again, the sticker told me when to do it. It didn't tell me when it was done. And I'd rather know when it was done than their opinion on when I should do it.
Yeah, usually it's a either kilometer amount or date, whichever comes first, which isn't always the case. It isn't always needed, right? I mean, just because the car is sitting, I mean, obviously not excessive sitting, but you know, you could go over the date without the kilometers and it's still not being bad. But again, fresher oil is better for you, or better for this thing, car. So this is on the 2-liter turbo engine. So any 2-liter turbo engine should be about the same from VW. VW, Audi, I don't think Porsche uses their 2-liter engine.
Let's let her continue to drain and go up top and play with that filter. And then we'll come down here.
Up top?
Yeah.
Let's go to the top.
Go up top. Go to the top. And there's our filter.
Paper air filter, or paper oil filter. Just a word of caution, when you're replacing the ring, there's a rubber ring that seals. Make sure it's sitting completely flat. If it isn't, you will end up with oil leak. Where's the housing? It's down here. Can't really see it.
I take my
Good.
oil filter out.
Good, take it out.
I washed it out and put it back.
Yeah, you can get away with doing that sometimes.
I don't know, I think I need a flathead. I have a pick actually in this car.
Just gonna manhandle it off.
I know, I'm like...
Looks like my size. Man, they restrict so much that it hurts. Especially if you're really ready to go. It's even worse when you're like, okay, like this is happening with or without.
Alright, do we need to put some oil around it?
I typically do, just a little bit.
This the filter, the one that I got, looks a little bit different. The one that was in there had Audi symbol on it and everything. I hope that this is the
Nope, it clips in.
right
It's
fit.
good. And in she goes. Now, I would put a little bit of oil on that ring. Just touch that, the oil that's there, the residue that you have on your finger, or on the thing, and just right around it.
That's good enough. Just a little.
Yeah, you just need a little bit of lubricant. So when it sits, it seals. Otherwise, it bunches up because it's dry. Come on, torque it with your hands.
Yeah. Let's do it without rounding it off.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, because this one's not really a ratchet.
Yeah, you
Can
can.
you see that?
Don't be an ogre. Pinks! That should be
Like
good.
it's moving so freely, but okay, there we go.
There you go.
Usually, you never tighten it with a tool, like in the past. You tighten it with your hand, and that's good enough. The pressure will hold it. But with this new style, you can't put it on tight without a tool. So I guess this is how it's to be done.
What I would do is crack it with the tool just to see how tight it is, and yeah, go from there, just to get a feel.
And so this is the new drain plug. You don't, it doesn't go in like this. Like this. It goes in like that.
Crazy.
And it has like this one little part that sticks out that lets you know that it's in place.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe we should have put some oil on it because you could hear the resistance because it's dry.
Yeah. It's sure. You want to do that?
Well, no, I mean it's in, right?
Alright.
It was just getting it in sounded a little tight
Yeah.
because it was dry, in my opinion. All right.
Yeah.
And then we fill her up. Funnel is in. How much oil does it take?
6 liters apparently. 6 liters, little 2.0. I guess that's because of the turbo.
Hey Chris, Dad's asking if you put the nut back in the bottom.
Oh, crap. Oh, we're just flushing the system. That's all.
Here we go.
Expensive flush.
Yeah, pour it right in and let it run right back out.
It was draining, and then you just get up and put this stick in there. There was no oil. He said, well, it's draining. So try to pour the oil, and you hear a little puddle dropping down. And say, oh my goodness!
And on this vehicle, it's an expensive mistake. How much is the oil alone?
It was $113 for the filter and oil. And this is doing it yourself. And then other people will say, oh, they'll do it cheaper. I question that. What oil are you using?
Yeah. Well, I mean, on top of that, that's why, you know, when you take it somewhere to get your oil changed, it's $100 plus, right? Because of the materials, the kind of oil. But the other part is that people don't seem to realize is that with like a North American vehicle or Japanese vehicle, you're changing your oil every 5,000 to 7,000 kilometers. With the German vehicles, at least VW, it's more like 16,000 to 21,000 kilometers. But when you check the price, it works out to be about the same. It's just you're stopping less for oil. All right, time to check the dipstick, see how far down we are, and then we can know how much of the other bottle to put in.
We put the oil in it. We ran a little bit just to get the oil through the system. And
Now we're checking it, and then we'll be able to figure out how much more oil she needs.
it's so clear I can barely. Oh yeah, she's down at quarter.
Yeah, so you need more.
Okay, let's put the rest of that bottle in there.
Sorry?
So this is what we have. It's just a little bit if you want to be picky, but that's good. And we're on a little bit of an incline, and we did run the engine for a bit, so I think 6 liters will do. And successful oil change. First oil change on my 2018 VW Tiguan.
Alright, so that is it. Plain and simple oil change on a 2018 VW Tiguan. 2-liter turbo. Again, this will probably work for any 2-liter turbo VW Audi engine. But yeah, plain and simple. So once again, thank you for watching. And as I say always, initial speed out. You're good. You're off.
There you go, Wiley.